Hi guys, so today I'm here with a video to talk about this hairstyle, cornrows, and I would like to discuss the pros and the cons to wearing a hairstyle like this. And we all know that most of the times cornrows are considered to be protective hairstyles, but today I want to discuss whether it is or whether it isn't. Now, to everything there are advantages and there are disadvantages to everything. And so I would like to look at, first of all, some of the pros of wearing your hair in this kind of hairstyle, which some consider to be a protective hairstyle. And the reason I decided to talk about that is because about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I decided to try putting cornrows in my hair, which I generally tend to do like at least once a year. And the reason I tend to do it once a year is because, again, there are some pros and cons to wearing a hairstyle like this. So when I decided to do it myself, I actually for the first time tried to do cornrows on my own hair. And what I noticed was that I got a lot of breakage. I don't know if it's because I was doing it myself, which more than likely that's what it was, that the fact that I was doing it myself, and I had never cornrowed my own hair before in terms of small cornrows. I mean, I'd probably done like a one big cornrow before, maybe 2 cornrows before in my own hair. But in terms of parting my own hair and doing smaller cornrows, I had never done it before for myself. So this is what gave me the idea to talk about this type of protective hairstyle. Now, as I said, some of the pros of this is that it is a great protective hairstyle. Why? Because it lasts long, so you don't have to be recombing your hair every day. So it can last quite a while, which means that because of the fact that it lasts long, this means that it's low maintenance when you're wearing it. And so you're handling your hair less, and again, you're putting your hair away for quite a while. In addition to that, you can get some very interesting different style options with a hairstyle like that. You can do it in the shape of a one plait kind of a cornrow. You can do it as I have it here. You can do it going all the way back. There are so many varieties to styling cornrows. So that gives people lots of options. So you can look different every time you do cornrows. And that's a good thing for most people, especially for somebody like me who likes to change up my look every now and then. So yes, as I was saying, it can last pretty long because these I have in here are now onto their second week. I've had them for a week. And before that, what I did was I put them in and they stayed for a week, and I could have gone longer, but the problem is I had something to participate in, and I wanted, because they were already fuzzy looking, I wanted to refresh my hair, my look, so I had to take them out, and that was not my intention. I meant to leave them in longer, but because I took them out, I decided, okay, normally I only corner my hair once a year, but I did it again this time. But this time I got someone to do it for me. So I experienced a lot less breakage. However, that brings me to the cons of this hairstyle. While it may last long and it may be low maintenance because it can last long, I find that the process of putting in cornrows puts a lot of stress on the hair. What I mean by that is, to put it in, you need to ensure that your hair is completely detangled. And this means that you need to completely go through your hair many times with a comb. So that already puts stress on the hair. In addition, as you're cornrowing the hair, if you don't constantly detangle while it's being done, then your hair gets very tangled, and in the process of trying to get rid of the tangles, sometimes that causes quite a bit of breakage. That's what I find about whenever my hair is being cornrowed. In addition to the fact that I think one of the reasons that is so it becomes tangled so quickly when it's being cornrowed is because my hair is a little longer, and so it's easier to get very tangled when doing cornrows. But if you have somebody doing it for you who's very careful about making sure that they're constantly detangling every time they go over the hair once to corner it, then it prevents a lot of breakage. What I would say to someone who has chosen to corner their hair is that they should ensure that whoever is doing it for them is very careful about ensuring that they keep detangling as they're doing it, so that it doesn't become too tangled before they run their hands through the hair to get rid of those tangles. Not only does breakage happen to the ends of the hair while cornering it, but there is also the possibility of breakage to the edges of your hair, the hairline. Hairlines can recede if there is too much pressure put because the cornrows are too tight, or while they're doing it, the person is probably pulling on their hair too much. So that's also an issue that can become a major problem while getting cornrows installed in the hair. And that is a reason why I would say that for me, that is the biggest con to cornrowing my hair. And yes, while there are many more pros to cons of cornrowing our hair, I would say that that con is a big con, because for me, a protective style means that you're avoiding breakage. But if you're going to get a lot of breakage while you're doing it, then it defeats the purpose of it being a protective style. But if you can avoid as much breakage as possible, then that's great. So as I said, for me, while the pros may seem to outweigh the cons, the con that I experience is a big one, and you have to decide whether the con is, you can handle that con, and whether the pros really do outweigh the cons for you as an individual. But for me, it's a big con. Which is why I do not corner my hair very often, to avoid experiencing the breakage that comes with cornrows. So again, I'm going to say to you, it's a personal choice. It can be a great protective hairstyle without the breakage that can be experienced with it. And if you do choose to do it, as I said, please ensure that you're taking care while you're putting it in, that the breakage doesn't occur, so that it actually becomes a protective hairstyle. If you have any other cons that you can think of to cornrows, please let me know down in the comments, because that's all I could find for me. But if anybody else has any other cons, I would like to hear about it, and I would like to hear your experience of installing and taking down cornrows, because for some people to taking down the cornrows can be quite tedious, and they do experience breakage in the takedown. I don't really experience much breakage in my takedown because I'm pretty careful with taking out my cornrows. So please, if you like this video, give it a like, and please comment down below on your experiences with cornering your own natural hair. Bye for now.